Hey guys, and welcome to another SFM workflow. Today we have the Millennials. In this animation we have a lot of soldiers. This is the most intense thing. I now have it. By the way, that pen, that clicker he has, that's an Intuos tablet pen model. That's on the workshop. Is the closest thing I could find to like a clicker object. So yeah, there's a lot of soldiers. This is the most intense shot I've ever done in Source Filmmaker now. I said that I that was true about the last video, and now it's this video, with that many soldiers, and I'll show how rendering that went later. But the things are different here because they weren't rendered in. I didn't render this one even at all until I had the animation done, because there's nothing to like see until I had like 30 of these guys animated by hand, and in fact there were like multiply what's here now by like 3. We had that many planned for this shot, but was not able to do it. But all of those guys, the majority of which are different animation. You can see the 2 that stands up where they repeat, but most of them were done by hand in order to blend in more. A lot of like, timing changes go between these renders. So yeah, I'm really sorry we don't have a passing phase to show like before the lip sync, before the anything, but none of that existed before having to paste all of the soldiers in around. Like I had to do all of the animation for him, get it as final as possible, the animation done on those original ones before copy pasting, just so it would make the process later easier. Like if I started like copy pasting like the blocking phase, it would have been hell to continue from there on all of them. So this is how we rendered it out, where all the soldiers that aren't on screen are just deleted. Like they were, fine, they were animated and could be on screen if they needed to be, but any of that weren't on screen were not put on screen, just to render or lower the render time. And that still took like many hours to render, like at most 7 hours to render that. So anyways, there was also cosmetics floating around. That was because the cosmetics were really wonky with applying on those models, and SFM and the Source engine is not a good engine, and it fucks up a lot, and those are not the original vanilla hardware morph models. Those are on the workshop. They're called the enhanced soldier. That's why they have a suit. So here's how the sound design was done in Adobe Audition. It is my preferred program to do sound design in because it has so many useful tips. It normally works pretty good when you don't have like 30, 60 different, people, character sources, tracks, audio tracks, when you don't have this many audio tracks going on, all with this intense CPU heavy reverb effect. So I mean, when you don't do that with it, it works pretty great. So all the sound effects, everything but music is right here in this little timeline. One of the sound effects that's constantly going on is all the clothes rustling, or like the rustling of cloth in their suits, and I had to record all of those manually. Like I had the suit on, as you can see here, and I was recording all of like the coat movements manually myself, which just makes it a little more authentic, and at least from like me and Lyle, that is like what we should do. It's a nicer touch than trying to line up like generic cloth rustling sounds up, but recording it yourself, getting the movements accurate, is a nice touch to do. So that's all we got. Thanks for watching. Sorry we can't show the other scene or show you what things were like before final animations, like when it looked really, really rough. This is as early as I have because it wasn't even rendered. So thanks for watching, guys, and check out the video itself if you haven't already, and I'll see you later.